Good afternoon, and in case you watched the last video and then you're just about to watch this video, I'm wearing the same outfit because we are being really efficient today and recording 2 videos in one day. Look at us being efficient. So anyway, just in case you're wondering, like, she's wearing the same clothes as last time, I would notice stuff like that. So anyway, 3 things today that we wanted to talk about is buying a condo. We've recently been on both sides of the transaction. We've listed condos, and just this week we also got under contract on a condo, and they're kind of a completely different ball game in regards to, or versus like a single family home. And so I wanted to outline 3 major things that you should think about before purchasing a condo. They can be tricky, just with different rules and regulations, and that's one thing that I'll touch on. So I'll go into my 3 things now instead of just keep talking. So number 1, I guess you really have to discover and think about is it's community living. You know, you're going to be sharing walls, you're going to be sharing floors, you're going to probably see people in the hallways, and so that's kind of course the budget is important too, what you can afford, but you got to think about too if you're prepared to kind of have that community living thing when you buy a condo. So number 2 is a really major one, special assessments. If you're not familiar with that term, I actually meant to have my phone to read the definition to you, but I left it inside. So I will give my definition to you. So condo associations would typically have reserves and would have planned out major repairs or things that have come up, say for example fixing all the patios or changing out all the siding or the windows. And if they don't have the reserves for that, they need to do what we call a special assessment, and they need to charge that to all the people living in the condos. And sometimes a lot of the times it's thousands of dollars split up between each condo owner, and that comes on top of your HOA dues. And so really important thing that you and your agent, me, need to discover about the condo: are there any current special assessments on the property, or are there any upcoming special assessments planned by the homeowner association? And so for example, sometimes there's a special assessment that's already happening, right? The owner's already paying for it, and so we need to discover, is the seller going to pay that off at closing, or are you going to have to take on that cost of the special assessment? So that's a really important one, because nobody wants to be surprised with an extra payment on top of their mortgage payment and their HOA and then a special assessment. So really important factor to ask about is special assessments. Number 3, homeowners association. As we talked about, you know, you're in a community, you're living with other people, you're sharing walls and floors and all sorts of parts of the building. You're all in this one building together. And so what they call is CC and Rs, they're covenants, conditions and restrictions of the property, also known as like bylaws, rules, property limitations. And so it's also really important that you're aware, and sometimes those CC and Rs are like stacks of paper, and so it's really important that you review all those, you and your real estate agent together, so you know what you're getting into, because some places don't allow cats or dogs, some have a weight limit on what type of dog you can have. Can you replace the flooring? I've had instances where somebody put in hardwood in their condo and they got in trouble for putting hardwood in their condo. Rentals, like, did you want to rent it in the future? Is there a rental cap limit? All sorts of things like that can be found in the HOA docs, which we need to review together also. Thank you for listening. If you have more questions about condos, please message me. Really want to help you. Have a good day.